Palestine. There is no Israel. Sorry, please. You are not welcome here. Even if this is Qatar, this is our country. You are not welcome here. There is only Palestine. There is no Israel.
You could see the look on that devil's face and tell that he was hurt. All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. I'm back at you with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit of the Rakakwadash. And this article is from the JerusalemPost.com. The title, it reads, Israelis, you 1948ers, you small hats. Israelis shunned at Qatar World Cup. You are not welcome, okay? And this is the spirit, because we're in the time of the end, that the wicked would be called out and revealed, you know? It's the definition of shun or shunned. It says to avoid using, accepting, engaging in, or partaking of. To refuse to accept socially. See? To refuse to accept socially, avoid having social contact with, to stay away from, not go to, all right? So you devils are being called out by the world because this Qatar World Cup, this is like the soccer world stage, you know? Just want to make a quick point. World Cup 2022, everything you need to know about host country Qatar, all right? It says, where is Qatar and what is it like? Qatar is a small monarchy of 2.7 million people, of whom about 300,000 are Qatari citizens and the rest expatriates. It says on the Persian Gulf that shares its only land border with Saudi Arabia. The entire country is about 10 times the size of New York City, and all the games will be held in a tight circle of 8 stadiums near the capital, Doha. Okay, so this is a region out here in the Middle East. All right. But the point I wanted to read, highlighted here, it says, what is Qatar famous for? It says the small state has an outsized influence across the region and globally due to its 2006 launch of the influential Pan-Arab international TV broadcaster Al Jazeera. All right, so this is a global stage. Okay, you devils are being called out on a global stage, you know. It says Israeli journalists and fans are being boycotted and yelled at by fans, locals and officials at the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. See? It says multiple Israeli small hats have claimed to have been met by an atmosphere of hostility and hatred at the World Cup in Qatar. You see that? That's spiritual. This is Bible prophecy, man. Scriptures tell us in Obadiah, we're going to get it. It tells you that what? That you devils would be greatly despised. Multiple Israelis have claimed to have been met by an atmosphere of hostility and hatred at the World Cup in Qatar, with fans refusing to speak to Israeli journalists, waving Palestinian flags in the background of their videos and yelling at them. It says Moav Vardi, Khan's foreign affairs reporter, was yelled at by a Saudi fan who told him, quote, "You are not welcome here. This is Qatar. This is our country. There is only Palestine, no Israel," you see? It says other videos from Qatar show people immediately walking away when they found out the person interviewing them is Israeli. In one particular video, N12's Ohad Himo begins to interview a group of Lebanese men who then walk away when Himo tells them he's Israeli. One of them then turns back and asks Himo what he's doing there, and then tells him that Israel doesn't exist. You see? This is the spirit, man. All right? Because you got those you got those Ishmaelites out there, along with them Elamites out there in the Middle East, and they know, all right, that these 48ers, these small hats, are not the people of God, that you are not the true Jews. You are not the Israelites according to the scriptures. That's why he said there is no Israel. And then what he's talking about is the creation of the Ish state. Okay? Which is not biblical. All right? So you're being called out and revealed on a world stage. This is how you know we're at the end of this thing, man. You know, it's all spiritual. This is the book of Obadiah. All right, Obadiah 1:1. Edom will be humbled. Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, concerning Edom. And that's another thing. That shows you that what? That the Edomites are still here on the earth ruling. Okay? Esau, Edom would be in power in the last days before the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua comes back. Esau would be the end of the world. Right? The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. And that's what's going on, pursuing the prophecy. All right. All these nations, as it tells you in Revelation 16, the kings of the east are being risen up through the spirit. All right. For this final world war, which is World War III. Okay. So these nations are going to rise up against her. All right. Edom, Babylon the Great, America, for that final battle. So you see that the hatred is being stirred up. Obadiah 1:2, it says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Yeah, you Israelis, you small hats, 48ers. I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. You see? You are greatly despised, greatly hated. All right? NLT, Obadiah 1:2. The Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, says to Edom, I will cut you down to size among the nations. You will be greatly despised. All right? What did we just read? All right. Multiple Israelis claim to have been met by an atmosphere of hostility and hatred at the World Cup in Qatar. You see? So this is spiritual. Okay. The scriptures say that you devils, you Edomites, would be greatly despised, man. All right. And there's no running away. This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, woe to the oppressors. All right. Because the powers that be, okay, going back to you Edomites, Amalek, you small hats, okay, you're being revealed in its time, as the scriptures tell us. Woe to the oppressors. This is you. Micah 2:1, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands. Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. You have the power. All right. You would be in the power seat in the time of the end of the world, before the Lord came back. Revelation 6:4, according to the blessing. Your blessing was the sword, to take peace from the earth, that people should kill one another. All right? This is you. The power is in your hand. Okay? And now you're being called out for it. Verse 2, Micah 2:2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And you see what's going on in America. In Babylon the Great. You got Jake waking up, clinging on to his true nationality and heritage. And what does Jake got to do? He got to apologize. All right. He's labeled a hate group. You know, he's labeled anti-Sem. All right. For coming back to his true nationality. All right. And it's the same thing that these devils are doing out there in the so-called Middle East. All right. Oppressing nations, bombing cities, you know, forcing these these countries to accept, you know, those wines and philosophies of Babylon, you know, the Western way, democracy, foreign policy, you know, idolatry, all these forms of wickedness, all right, which they have pushed amongst the world. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Micah 2:3, therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go haughtily, for for this time is evil. You see? So you devils are not going to slither your way out of the judgment, man. Okay? You can no longer hide yourself. All right? This is the NLT. This is Micah 2 and 3 in the NLT. It says, But this is what the Lord Yahweh Shemawashai says. I will reward your evil with evil. You won't be able to pull your neck out of the noose. You see that? You're not going to be able to get your way out of this one. All right? You can't hide. You can't run. You know? It says you will no longer walk around proudly, for it would be a terrible time. And that's part of the judgment, that you would be revealed. All right? On a world stage, you see? All right? Going back. It says the point, Micah 2 and 4, it says, In that day shall one take up a parable against you and lament with the doleful lamentation, man. All right? The planet Earth is crying out against you frauds. All right? You're not welcome here. All right? That's part of that parable. Like the Ishmaelite said at the bottom that we read, he said he said that Israel doesn't exist. All right? People know. They know the truth. In that day, one shall take up a parable against you and lament with a doleful lamentation and say, We be utterly spoiled. He have changed the portion of my people. How have you removed it from me? Turning away, he have divided our fields. All right. So this is a heavy time. All right. And basically going back to Cain, who's been on the run. All right. Which is you devils today. And now you're being caught. All right. I just want to make that point. This is all spiritual. This is Genesis 4. All right. This is Genesis 4 in verse 12. And it reads, it says, When thou tillest the ground, this is after Cain killed his brother Abel. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. All right. So you devils will constantly be on the run. All right. Just going to back then, how Cain tried to run. He tried to flee from his judgment. The Lord said that you would be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. All right. It says, and that also shows you, all right, that you devils don't truly have a homeland. You know? Going back, it says, back in Genesis 4 and 13, it says, And Cain said unto the Lord, Yahweh Shemawashai, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Verse 14, Genesis 4 and 14, it says, Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. All right. So everybody right now, fast forward in these times we're living in now. Okay. All these nations want a piece of you goddamn devils, man. Basically, they want to get at you. And that's why we're in a time of World War III. Okay. These nations are going to rise up and shoot the missiles on this place. They're going to go to war with Edom. All right. Who's still on the earth today ruling. All right. Who has not been done away with, man. These people still exist. And they're ruling the world, man. And they're being called out, man. All right. Job 18. All right. This is Job 18 and verse, I'll start at 14. Job 18 and 14, it says, His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors, which is Yahweh Shemawashai. And right now, his confidence is being rooted out. You see? Totally revealed, verse 15, and it shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. All right? Everywhere on the earth where he's occupied and has taken over, it was because it is none of his. He's occupied it through the sword, rape, robbery, and murder. Right? So the Lord said it shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. All right? Destruction. The missiles. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth. He shall have no name in the street. All right? You ain't welcome here. All right? Israel doesn't exist. All these things that are being said about you. Right? Job 18:18, he shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. You see? And that's why I wanted to, bring this out, because this is spiritual. You're not welcome, all right? These devils are literally going to be chased out of the world, man. They're being revealed, they're being called out, they're being exposed, and this is why they've created the ADL and all these other groups, all right, to protect them from being revealed, from being exposed. Okay? This is why all these things are going on. He's literally being chased out of the world. Job 18:19, he shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings, because the Lord is going to completely get rid of you Edomites. Verse 20, they that come after him shall be astonished at his day, as they that went before were affrighted. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So this is your destiny, okay? To be wiped out, to be totally destroyed. Thus saith the scriptures, right? Job chapter 20 and verse 26, it says, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. You see, as we read in Obadiah, the first verses 1 and 2. Let us rise up against her in battle, right? The heavens shall reveal his iniquity. And the Lord is doing that through the internet. Okay, through the unicorn. Okay, that's how these devils are being completely revealed and exposed. All right, by the men of the Lord, the men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that are pushing this truth, all right, throughout the internet waves, man. Okay, this word has reached the four corners of the earth. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. So the whole earth is going to literally rise up against these devils. And that's what's going on now. And that's why they're in scramble mode. That's why everywhere they go, right? Everywhere they go, they're being met with an atmosphere of hostility and hatred. Okay? Because this is Bible prophecy being revealed. All right? Job 20 and 27, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. See? This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High. All right? This is the portion of his cup. This is what these devils are going to drink. This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. You see? Deuteronomy 33 and verse 29, and it reads, Deuteronomy 33 and verse 29 says, happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. All right? So our enemies are being found as liars all over the world, man. Okay, this is a heavy time we in. All right? It says, NLT, same verse, Deuteronomy 33 and verse 29, it says, how blessed you are, O Israel. Who else is like you, a people saved by the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai? He is your protecting shield and your triumphant sword. Your enemies will cringe before you, and you will stomp on their backs. And that's happened by the way of this truth going out, man. All right, the lies and the strongholds being torn down, you know, and that's all spirit. That's all the spirit, you know. So yeah, man, that's the time we in. You know, let these devils continue to be revealed, called out. All right, because they're at their end, you know. All right, and I'll post the article in the description. All right, but yeah, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, and shalom to the next one.